and we played so many vocabulary games last week. And I wonder, um, did you try the games with your students? Let me know if you did try. And I'm continuing today with competition games. And the last session, we'll discuss on how we can create simple virtual breakout game design. So if you missed previous sessions, the 3 previous sessions, you can always access the British Council Indonesia's YouTube channel and rewatch those sessions. And as a reminder, all sessions are interactive. So let's discuss together. If you have any questions or any thoughts or experience that you would like to share, feel free to put them on the chat box. Let's just make this webinar fun. We would be very thrilled for you to join all the discussion. All right, so last week, we discussed tons of games. We discussed digital games, we discussed board games, physical games, and how we can kind of modify really any kind of games into something that we can bring to our classroom to enhance engagement and motivate our students. So again, if you have tried any of the game that we discussed last week, let me know, right? So Fenolin, okay, thank you. You tried Bamboozle free. It's great. Yes, I agree. Totally agree with you. It is wonderful, and you can always kind of get the ideas and the games from the Bamboozle, and then we can apply it to any kind of games, right? Okay, so while discussing, today we'll be focusing on competition games. So I'll start by showing you this picture. Do you know what this is? As Indonesian, usually Indonesian will know this game. It's called Panjat Pinang in Indonesia. Do you have something similar with this in your country? Or are there any Panjat Pinang athletes here present? Usually men, yeah, usually men. Okay, right. So Panjat Pinang is only played once every year on the Independence Day of Indonesia, which is the 17th of August. And Pinang is a very tall palm tree, and it's very strong. That's used in this game. And panjat means to climb, right? So usually the men, they are put in teams, and then they will have to climb a very high pinang log, usually around 8 to 12 meters high. Yes, very high, in order to get the prizes, all the goodies up here at the top of the pinang log. So there are many kind of cool prizes like bicycles. Yeah, they're put on top right here. Some bags, some shoes, some cash, and sometimes there are very very regular prices, just like this one. As you can see, there are some buckets and umbrellas. Yeah, very simple, but yeah, so it might sound simple, but it's not that simple, because the pinang log is actually has been shaved and it's covered in oil. So it makes it difficult for for the team to climb up to the top of the pinang, because it is very slippery. So it takes teamwork, and it takes a lot of strategy in this. Usually the heaviest person will be at the very bottom, holding the other people on the team, and then the lightest one will be the one that is climbing up and get the prizes. So there plenty of good reason why this activity is only held once a year. It's very challenging. Obviously, it takes a lot of effort to prepare, and of course, it's quite expensive, because we do need to prepare lots of prizes and everything. But people still eager to play this, and it's yeah, pure teamwork and strategy. So competition games, or any games really, why is it great to bring games into education settings, are based on these reasons. So firstly, obviously fun, right? When we play games, we will focus on the fun. Like we know there are so many challenges to get the prize on the top of the pinang, but yeah, we're having fun, right? I'm engaged with my friends. It is yeah, lots of kind of like lots of thinking, lots of strategies, trying out new things, and we're focusing on the fun part. And so when we enjoy the game, we will feel the fun and we will forget all the difficulties. The second thing is that it improves memory and the text patterns, right? And we know repetition is an important thing to strengthen our ability to recall information and to polish our understanding. When we use games alongside the important things that we're teaching, our students will be much more likely to remember what they have learned. And once they do that, they will be able to spot and use similar patterns in order to make future predictions. Game also teaches us team building skills. So if they can learn to cooperate during games, they can get better at cooperating in the classroom as well. And this is similar to the number 4. So we can get the players or students to follow the rules, because in games, the gameplay show that every action has a consequence and every choice has an outcome. So we need to follow the rules in order to win the game. And last but not least, it teaches resilience. We rarely conquer a game on our first try, or yeah, it will take a while for us to get to know a certain pattern, or when we're learning something, right? But since it's fun, we as a player feel that it is okay to make mistakes and would love to try again and again in order to get to the prize or to the reward. Now, speaking of players, do you know that there are types of players? There are 4 types of players according to Bartle. And do you know what type of player are you? Okay, so let's share. So there are 4 types, like I mentioned, starting with the achievers. The achievers are those people who always have the trophy, or yeah, the trophy for their goal. And sometimes people say like, oh, we're in it to win it, right? So those are the achievers. They wanted to get the prize. They wanted to be the first one to on the rank, right? They want to be the one that has a perfect score. That's around 10% of players are the achievers. The next one is the explorers. Okay, the explorers, yeah, they're more laid back. They don't really care about winning the game or anything. They're more to the discovering something new, discovering the whole game, exactly. So, for example, if you're faced with 2 paths, and usually you need to choose one path to go to the next level, the explorers would choose one path, but then after that they will go back and then try the other path just to ease their curiosity, right? And then but most of the players are here. They're the socializers, right? Socializers, yeah, they're not really concerned about winning, but feel like they feel like at least I'm involved. It's a feeling of being engaged with the game and other players. I just here to know other players. I just want to play together with them. I just want to discuss strategies with them. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the winning thing for them is to get to know more people. Okay, and then last but not least, less than 1%, there's a killer. Okay, the killers, okay, so it's not many, right? But there are some players that have the tendency to just, I just want every other players to fail, or I need to hunt the other players so they got kicked out of the game. Instead of focusing on winning the game, they will focus on just like, I just want to get rid of the other players. Okay, so yeah, I did discuss this with some of my friends, and then fellow teachers. They said like, okay, so sometimes we do get some students to really have this kind of type, yeah, the killer type. Right. So, yes, they're usually the ones that are trying to kill everyone, and then yeah, in the end, if they're very good, then they will win the game. So I'm just curious to know if you can, if you can put yourself in one of the type here, which type of player are you? Write your answer in the chat box. If you feel like, okay, so I think I'm a socializer, I just want to socialize with other people in the game, or are you achiever because you just want to win the game? I myself am the explorer. I'm the explorer. I'm 87% explorer, and then some of me are the achiever as well. So after exploring, then I just in it to win it as well. Okay, so thank you for sharing, everyone. Okay, so some of you say explorer, socializer, achiever. Okay, none of you are the killer. Okay. Okay, so a mix of socializer or explorer. Yes, sometimes. Yeah, so sometimes we kind of like combine. We can start with the achiever, or we can start with being the explorer, but then in the middle of the game, we are kind of like shifting to the to become the socializer. Okay, and Winda said, I am all of them. I am all four of them. Goodness, yeah. Sometimes we have a little bit in us. We want to get rid of the other players, right? Just a tiny portion of that. Okay, so that's that. Okay, I can see there are a lot of socializer and explorer, achiever. Okay, so how about your students? Do you know what kind of players are they? Your students, if you yourself are the explorer, if you can see your students, are they the same kind of players with you? Or maybe you don't know now, but if you notice, sometimes we do notice, like when we're playing or when we're doing certain activities with our students, then you can kind of see like, oh, I remember this one student. He always wanted to get rid of all the other students, right? So sometimes you do get some things like that. Okay, they're achievers and killers. Okay, and I'm gonna say explorers as well. Okay, right. Okay, all kinds exist in the class. Okay, so yes, possibly you have all this, right? You have all these players in the classroom. So yeah, but I think that's very fun, right? So it would be boring if we have like all the same type of players in one yeah, in one class, right? So yeah, that's what makes it fun. Okay, great. So very interesting, everyone. So the reason I share this is because like I feel that once we get to know our students, and maybe we can pay more attention right now, once we know this, we can kind of set suitable game for them in order for them to be able to play and learn optimally. So now we're moving on to the next part. Uh, Okay, so here are some competition games that I think teachers are familiar with. Okay, so let me know which one are you familiar with. Um, which number, like 1, 2, 3, 4. If you know all of them, perhaps these are, I think, the most familiar ones that if you're a teacher, language teacher especially, you might know, um, like all of them. Yeah. Okay, so one obviously is the most well known. I think not a single person does not know number one, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, not 4. No one knows number 4. Okay, number 4 is great. Yes, it is Jeopardy. Yes. Great. Okay, so yeah, right now there aren't many game show on television, but back in the days they're very popular. Jeopardy. Number 4 is Jeopardy, Miss Winda. Yeah. We might want to search first. Yeah, for those who doesn't know Jeopardy, you need to show to kind of like search first. Okay, so first one obviously is a quiz game. Using Kahoot, right? So, funny story short, my thesis is on Kahoot. Was a few years ago, and it's actually the first thing that brings me closer to gamification. Right, I got tons of compliments because they are so engaging. Yeah, students love it, teachers love it. I'm pretty sure that almost everyone here knows about Kahoot right now, but it's very fun. Um, the second one, some of you mentioned the second one as well. If you can put the name of the game there, the chat box. You recall the name of the game for number 2? Okay, yes. Charade or TPR. Okay, so yeah, you can also say Simon Says as well. Simon Says, usually you have to kind of like follow what the person in front says, yeah, or move, yeah. If someone says that, and then they have to move according to the person in front. Okay, so this one is charade. Yeah, so charade is one game that is always fun. So you put the students into the team, students take turns to explain, act out a word or phrase, and their teammates will need to guess it. And you can always do a twist with charade and play taboo if you know the game taboo. So you have they have to describe a word or a phrase, but do not dare mention the taboo words under the focus words, right? Or else you'll lose a point. Okay, so that's one of my favorite one. And the third one, if you can put the name of the game, the chat box. What is the third one? Do you know? It's familiar. Yes, it's definitely Pictionary, Anna. Great. Yes, it is using drawing, right? So one of the team member, they will have to go in front, and then they will have to draw, and the other team member, they will have to guess what's the word, right? So very similar to charade, but using pictures, right? So it's called Pictionary. Okay, and then the last one I said Jeopardy. Okay, so again, it's used to be one of the most watched game show on the television. So you will need to guess or answer some questions. The top or the smaller points, usually the questions are simple, yeah, very easy to answer, but the ones under the ones with the most points will be the harder ones. So that's why if you miss answering the question, then you will get minus points, right? So it's quite fun, right? Jeopardy. And yes, let's just move on and see, check. We're going to check all of this all of these games, right? So as we discussed on the last session, these games can always be modified, and now perhaps we will need to rely a lot on technology to bring the sense of the game, to enhance the competition and the feeling of anticipation. It's like there, and it makes your life simpler as well. You don't have to kind of like prepare a lot, but just put it on your computer and it's ready to go. So as an alternative to quiz games such as Kahoot and quizzes, I think two of these are yeah, the most used platform right now for quiz game, right? So Kahoot and quizzes, and I'm pretty sure if you're students, then you already tried using at least one of these. And we're going to check out Blookit and Gymkit. Anyone use Blookit or Gymkit here? Look at this one with the blue color right here, and Gymkit right here. Okay, never heard of it. Okay, so Blookit and Gymkit, never heard. Okay, anyone else perhaps? Not yet. Okay, maybe you heard, but never really got the chance to try it, right? Or maybe you never met Blookit and Gymkit, right? Okay, so we are going to try. We're going to play. Right, so we're going to start with Blookit. Okay, so this is quite similar. This is quite similar with Kahoot and quizzes. Okay, so there's a question: are they from Google? They're not from Google. This is very different with Flippity. This is kind of like quizzes and Kahoot. So it's their own yeah, platform, right? So this is a little bit challenging. Not really like if it's Kahoot, then we'll just have to answer some question. But with Blookit and Gymkit, you'll need to kind of like play. We need to think of how to gain points and how to win the game using strategies. What kind of strategy am I going to use? So yeah, like this one, like this is like kind of like playing in a restaurant, kind of like you have to deliver the order, yeah, to buyers, right? So they're going to buy food, but to stock the food, we need to answer some questions. So it takes us to like answer the question, and then I have to do I have to deliver the food, right? So so we'll focus not only on how we can answer the question, but also how to win it. Okay, right. So we are going to try. So there's a question: are these free platforms? All right. So yes, this is free platforms. I'll show you how we can play together. So if you are on your laptop or on your computer, or if you want to join me from your phone, perhaps, yes, please do join me. Okay, so I'll prepare. Let me share my screen for that. Okay, so this is Flickits. Okay, so I picked the one that is the simplest one because obviously we won't have too much time to play. But yes, our favorite topic, everyone, food. Yeah, so we're going to play this together. So I'm going to host. Again, very similar to Kahoot and quizzes. There are several game modes. Okay, so Deceptive Dinos, Gold Quest, Crypto Hacks. So very much fun mode. I'm going to pick. Okay, so there are some that are real. This one is kind of like just a Kahoot, right? So I'm going to pick the cafe one. Okay, so this one because we already see the how it should look like, right? So I'm going to host this. We can do homework with this as well, but I'm just going to host this so we can play together now, right? So I'm going to use time. We don't want to go very long, so perhaps like 3 minutes. Oops, no, not 12. 3 minutes, okay. Right, allows it to count. Okay, and then I'm going to host now. Okay, so you can go. Let me go the song for now. I'll share the link to the chat box. Okay, there you go. You can join me here. Okay, so go to the link that I put on the chat box, or you can go to lookit.com/play and then put the game idea. Then the number is the game ID is 434383. And then put your name there. Huh? Okay, so I wonder if you're able to enter. Hopefully you can. Oh, there we go. We have Mickey right here and Lati and Kirsten. Hello, Kirsten. Okay, Shopee. Yeah. Fun info. This is called blocks. The characters right there are called blocks, and actually if you play quite a lot of blockets, then you can kind of like collect this characters, right? The more you play, then you can get some points to get these characters as well. Okay, so I have tons that I want to show you. So I'll just wait a few seconds and then we'll start the game, right? Okay, hello Ami, hello Annie, and Mr. I don't know who you are, but okay, hello Mylene, hello Bu Amana. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to start now. Why I can join in? Okay, so I'm not sure, perhaps you can try with the link above, but if not, you can try to go to this link, this Luna, yeah? Okay. Oh, after you put your nickname, then you cannot join. I wonder why. Maybe internet connection, perhaps? Okay, so okay, maybe it's blocked in some places, or maybe you should use Chrome. Try using Chrome. Okay, so I'll start. So so if you're able to kind of like do this troubleshooting, then you can always join us. Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's start, everyone. Okay, here we go. You have to answer a question in your Bluetooth, okay, in your gadget. Some question to get some points, right? All right, I see some of you already delivering some food here. And already upgraded cereal. Okay, so we have 3 minutes, so you can, yeah, you can play around with your gadget. I am acting as the teacher, so I will see what happened. Who got the highest point? So who is the achiever right here in this group? Let's see. Alrighty. I'm going to put in the sound. Don't forget you can upgrade some food and you can get new kind of foods. Yeah. All right. So less than 1 minute. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Alrighty, that's the end. All right, congratulations for share. Share. Is that how I should call your name? Okay. You got the highest point. Goodness, you are such an achiever. Very far from the others. Wow. Okay, hopefully you get the sense of playing, right? So you don't only need to answer some questions, but also you need to kind of think like, oh, what kind of food should I get now? Should I upgrade some kind of food, right? So in order for me to deliver like all the food to get more points, right? So yes, this is yeah, the final standing for the top three. But Sherry, amazing. You really play your game. Amazing. Okay, great. So that is look at. Okay, so hopefully you get some idea of how it is, right? So I'll just show you very quickly. Yeah, we can see reports here as well, like wow. Okay. So maybe the questions are not that simple. Yeah, so 74% are correct, so we can see like what happened here. Obviously, if you want more detailed answer, then yes, there's an upgrade for this, but think um I think the free one is already very excellent. Yeah. Okay, great. Very quickly, I'm going to show you how it looks like for gym kit. Anybody perhaps play gym kit? But okay, so very similar to Blockhead, but oops, sorry. Again, maybe this is my internet connection, but let's see if I can show you from here. We go. Right. So it's very similar to Blockhead, but I feel like this is more similar or more suitable for older students, for high school students or university students. There more serious gameplay going on, team modes. Some of my students' favorite is Dystopia for a lighter one, and then there's like a human versus zombie. My students love that a lot. So half of the team will be, half of the students in the classroom, they will be humans, and half of them will be zombies. And then they will focus on how to survive so they can kind of like buy health. And then how they can strengthen the team, the human team, or the zombie team, perhaps. Yeah, and in the end, whoever got the most point will be the winning team. One of my students' favorite are infinity mode, where you have to get like certain points, and then you have to collect the stones, like as in like in the movie, in the Marvel movie, right? So that's the kind of game that you will encounter if we play Gym Kit, right? So yes, and with a lot of modes, I think this is more suitable for older students. Okay, right. So time is ticking, so I will go back to my slides. Okay, so anyone played Heads Up before? Like this is kind of like a twist for charades. Yeah, I actually use this for few years right now, because I think it's fun and it's simpler to prepare compared to charades, regular charades. So Heads Up is fun because there's so many topics to play with, and the most popular one is the Act It Out, because kind of like charade, you have to act out what is on the card, right, or on the deck. Right. So I play Heads Up with my young kids, and obviously it never failed to grab their attention. And what you can do is you just put your students in team, just like playing charades. The teams, it can be like this, right? So the guesser or one of the person from the team, they will hold the gadget. Usually I just give them my phone, for example, and then they will have to like place the phone on the forehead, and then guess the word or phrase. I usually give them my phone. It has a timer, 1 minute for each team. Or if you don't want to give your students your phone, right, or your gadget, you can do this instead, right? So you can stand behind the guesser, and so the other students or the other people on the team, they can see what is written on the gadget. And then like the person right here, the guesser will face the teammates, and then they will have to guess what's happened. Okay, so I'm going to show you a clip of what it is like in my class. Oh, you can't say anything.
Wait. Pay. Huh?
The machine.
I'm for real.
Yeah.
Drink a soda. Open the can. I don't know. Oh, feed the baby. What's the clock?
Okay, so that's this was a few years ago actually, but they had such fun. So I put them in tape, and then they will have to kind of like act it out. That the person in front, they will have to guess. So it's fun, and then also very simple to prepare. They have the kids. The kids deck or the cards, right, for special for kids, and that's also very wonderful to play with. All right, again, time is ticking, so I need to go fast, everyone. So Pictionary, if you have played with Scribble.io, here you can play with other people. I'll just show you how it looks like. We'll take turn guessing words or phrase through drawings. They prepare some words for you to choose from, and this is a free application, so again there will be like a little bit of advertising going on, but I would suggest creating a room. So you can create a room, special room for you to play with together with your students, uninterrupted and focused. You can prepare the words, the exact words or the exact phrase that you want to practice with your students. So this is very fun. I honestly cannot stop playing this. It's kind of like playing Scrabble, but like you need to, your goal is to get as many points as possible by guessing the picture and drawing. Okay, so yeah, but I'm going to go to the last one actually. Jeopardy. For Jeopardy, yeah, the one that I mentioned before, like we can kind of like guess or answer the question. Yeah, we pick which one, which score we would want, and then it will reveal the question, right? So the if you go to the higher points, the question will be harder, right? Okay. Oh, sorry. There's a question. So the it is this one actually. So it's without E, Miss Anna. So it's without E in the end, right? There we go, with the K as well, right? With the K, SKRIBBL.IO, right? So it's fun. I honestly played this and then I forgot about the time, right? So this one is fun to do. And oh, okay, going back to this. So this one, it needs lots of questions. So I would suggest using like this Jeopardy style of game show at the end of the semester as kind of like a review for all of the things that you have studied before, or at least half a semester, right? So what you need to do is you have to prepare 6 topics and 5 questions for each topic, starting from the simplest one to the hardest one, right? So the simplest one to the hardest one. Just put in the topics. I put 3 categories. So because like if like we're out of question according to the topic, then we can kind of like just like put in random questions right there just for fun and see if they know how to answer, right? So yeah, so ask your student to work in teams, and they will need to take turns to answer the question. And if the team answer correctly, then they will get whatever points are there. Yeah. So if they choose 500, then if they answer it correctly, then they will get 500 points. Now, if they don't answer it correctly, or they will answer incorrectly, then they will not get the points, or even minus points, right? So as much as I love Factile, I still feel using Flippity is simpler. It's simpler and much more manageable. So if you have had the chance to play around with Flippity, right? So yeah, I think this is a simpler and very easy to do. So I'll just show you how you can do this very quickly. Let's see. Okay, so when you go to flippity.net, then you will go to Flippity Quiz Show, and then just go, you can play around and then see how it feel like, but I'll go right ahead to instruction. Okay, so again, using Google spreadsheet, what you can do is copy the template right there. Okay, make a copy. And then, yes, there it is. The template. Now you can rename them. You can put in topics right here, and then you can put in the final question, or sometimes if we have a tie, right, then we can put a question right here. So to solve the tie there, okay, just fill in all the 5 topics, the correct answer, and then what you can do is just to share, publish the web, publish it. I'm not going to publish it for now. And then you get the link right here. And this is the one that you will show to your student. Right. So yes, I feel like the Flippity one is the simpler one to do. I mean, like sometimes we don't have a lot of time to just like create or just like do with coding and everything. Flippity, I think, is the simplest one you can do with this. Okay, so because of time, everyone, sorry. Which one do you think you would likely to try together or soon with your students? Which one do you feel like, oh, okay, so I want to try this soon? Which one intrigues you the most? Let me know on the chat box. Okay, so hopefully yeah, you enjoy the experience, and if you have tried it with your students, I hope that yeah, you enjoy the experience, and if you have the chance to try, let us know. Let us know how it goes, right? Okay, so I see lots of answer. Okay. Yes, do try the Scribble .io. I think it's great. Yeah, we cannot stop playing there. Look at, yes, it's very fun and easy as well. Flippity also very easy. Everyone, you can do a lot of things with Flippity, all of them, but want to try Heads Up soon? Yes, Heads Up, you need to download it on your application, phone application. It's free. They have free decks. They have like a special decks as well for very low prices, but I think it's quite enough to purchase. I mean, like the free ones already good. Flippity, look at dictionary, look at. Okay, you played quizzes with your students. Okay, yes, do try to look at. It's a bit more challenging. It's not only answering some questions. Okay, so my suggestion, if you want to try look at, prepare tons of questions that you will put there. Yeah, look at, or Gymkit is also quite fun if you're teaching older students. You should definitely check out Gymkit as well. The Fishtopia is very fun to do. Okay, so prepare tons of questions related to a certain topic, because they will go yeah, in turns, right? So if you only have 5 questions, so they have to answer those 5 questions in for example, like 5 minutes or a few minutes, up to you really. But then the question will go like on repeat. The question will go on repeat. So well, it's good, but sometimes they will get bored as well. So my suggestion, if you want to try Blockit and Gymkit, is to just like prepare tons of questions related with the topic, and then yeah, and then play together with your students, right? Okay, great. Okay, thank you for sharing. So Jeopardy and Kahoots, yes, Kahoots is great. Kahoots, if you do Kahoots, but right now Kahoots are only available for 10 students or 10 participants, if I'm not mistaken, the free version. So if you want to have more participants, then you have to be on like kind of like a premium or a VIP yeah, VIP for Kahoots, right? Okay, so there's a question, how could I watch the previous session which I missed? You can go to the British Council Indonesia YouTube channel. All the previous sessions are there. So yeah, you can go there and then watch there are 3 previous sessions that yeah, probably you missed. Yeah, so you can go and check that out. Okay, Kahoot and quizzes. Quizzes are fun as well. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. So I think that's what I can share with you. I'm excited to hear from you as well. If you have the chance to try it, then please let me know later on the next meeting or the next webinar session. Okay, so if you need my slide, it's right here. Or again, you can always get the PDF together with the certificate after completing the feedback form. Okay, yes, thank you so much, everyone. Now, before I give you the link to the feedback form, right, just a really quick reminder that next week we won't have a session because obviously the ITEL team and the British Council Indonesia team will be in Yogyakarta for the conference, the ITEL conference. But if you are coming to Yogyakarta, then we will meet face to face. For the session, for this mini ELT Game Lab session, 5 simple virtual breakout game design, it's going to be held on July 20th, right? So yes, it will be 2 weeks from now. But yes, please don't forget, because I am looking forward to hear your experience about maybe trying out the competition games that we discussed today. So yeah, hopefully you have fun with your students, right? And see you 2 weeks from now, okay? So here's the feedback form. For feedback form link. I'll put them in the chat box. Thank you so much, everyone, for wonderful, wonderful wishes. Thank you so much too for joining me today. All right, here we go. I popped them up on the chat box. Thank you. Thanks a million for you too for joining me every session. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. And see you in Jogja. Yes, I cannot wait to see you. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. And 2 weeks from now, I hope I can hear your experience trying out some things with your students. I'm looking forward to see you on the next session. And also, if you're coming to Jogja, I will see you as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And have a nice day, everyone.